Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Marquita here with a late nights early mornings, and today I'm going to be doing a second little TJ Maxx haul. Now if you guys saw, the first one was just a few items that I did mention that I had looked at a few things and was just kind of thinking about them, so I did make a second trip back and I found a few other goodies that I decided to purchase. I just want to share them with you. A lot of them are kind of fall related, so I think that you might find them helpful for the current season. So let's go ahead and get into it. Again, this is my TJ Maxx haul. So first up, and I'm just going to reach down in my bag and whatever comes up we'll talk about. So I want to say that this was actually an unplanned situation here. I found this at the register. You guys know, if you've ever been in like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all of those stores, they have pretty much like shelves of things all throughout the little register that you have to wind your way through to get to the checkout. So while you're standing in line waiting, you're probably going to be browsing some of the items there. That is definitely a marketing strategy. If you ever worked in retail, you know that. That's why grocery stores have candy at the checkout. All of that is all marketing. Either way, it worked. So one of the things that I saw at the checkout cash wrap was this bag of coffee. This is Joffrey's Coffee and Tea, and if you guys have heard of them before, the brand or the company rather, their tea is actually in Disney. It's like they're the one, if you ever go to Disney World Resorts, like this is the coffee provider there. So they do a whole lot of they do regular coffee, but they also play off of a lot of the Disney characters. So I do have quite a few of their bags of coffee. I typically find them on clearance when they have like seasonal ones that go on clearance, or just one that sounds like it might be tasty. Even though I have a Keurig, I do have the little cup thing. I mean the little I don't know what you call it. Like it's a K-cup thing where it's like you can pour coffee, like ground coffee like this, into the little K-cup and kind of make your own K-cup, and you can put it in your Keurig. So I have one of those, so I can still buy like regular ground coffee and just do it that way. So I've had other Joffrey flavors. This one is of course from the new release of Hocus Pocus that just came out, Hocus Pocus 2. This one is the Sanderson Sisters Brew, and the flavor is cinnamon, apple, and caramel, which you guys know I love cinnamon apple. Like I said, I'm not a pumpkin spice or a pumpkin person. I'm an apple person. So typically fall, it's either pumpkin spice or some kind of like caramel apple or apple cinnamon, whatever. I'm on the apple side. I'm not a pumpkin person. I'm an apple person. So the cinnamon, apple, and caramel is a medium roast coffee, and you get 11 ounces in the bag. Smells really good. It is a little thing there. If you shake it up, you can usually smell it. It smells really good, and it's the regular price in TJ Maxx was $7.99, so that's what I paid for this one. Typically when I buy Joffrey's coffees, I buy them the ones that have been marked down. I don't usually pay full price unless it's something I really want, or like in this case, this is one I didn't see anymore, so I grabbed it because this flavor I think I'll like regardless. So I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like it's going to be good. Most of the coffees are good, so haven't had any issues with any that I didn't like. So yeah. So I think that's it for Joffrey's. Again, this was $7.99, so that's the regular price. And I only saw one, so I don't know if that one was just there, but I actually did go down the coffee aisle and I didn't see that one, but I also didn't dig through them, so it may have been just hidden behind another one. Let's see what's up next. So you guys know that I showed you in my Trader Joe's haul my apple cider jam that I love, or fruit spread that I love so much, that's seasonal from Trader Joe's. And I bought 2 jars the first time, and I went back the other day to stock up, and they only had 1 jar left, and I even had them check and they didn't have any more in stock in the store. So I was like, oh my gosh, I missed out. So I got that 1 jar, and I was on the hunt for something else, and I actually found a jar of apple cider jam in TJ Maxx. Of course not Trader Joe's, but it's still the same thing. So I went ahead and purchased this. The brand is actually Grandma Horner's, and I've never tried that brand before. It was $4.99. So I decided at least I would have, another apple cider jam backup in since I wasn't able to stock up on my apple cider jams from Trader Joe's. So this one I am looking forward to trying at some point. However, I do want to put a spoiler alert. I did go to another Trader Joe's while I was in DC this past weekend, and they actually had like tons of the apple cider jam in stock. So I bought more jars. I think I bought like 4 jars the other day. So I do have more of my Trader Joe's in stock. Like I said, it's a seasonal item, and when it's gone, it's gone. And so the store closest to me is out. There are a couple more Trader Joe's near me that I may try as well because I love it. And if you're wondering why do I love it so much or what do I use it for, I use it on when I make Belgian waffles. So I put it as a topping, like an apple waffle. You can also do it on pancakes. I typically do more of a cinnamon thing on my pancakes. I don't use that, but I might try it. But I typically use it on my waffles to do like an apple waffle, and then I also use it in my oatmeal. I love the apple cinnamon oatmeal by Quaker. I usually buy the little microwavable instant cups, and all you have to do is add milk. And I also sprinkle in some of my buttery cinnamon roll seasoning from Flavor God, which doesn't have sugar, so it's great. It's no extra calories there. And then also I toss in just a little, like maybe at most a tablespoon of this, just to add a little more to it, because it does have some bits of apple in it already. But I use this as well because this does have some little bits of apple as well. So again, just another re-up to have something in my stash. And let's see what comes next. All right, this item was on a clearance. This is apple pie spice, and it was $3. I think it was only like $4.99 or something originally, but anyway, it was $3. And I actually saw this on again, Pretty and Flawed. I've mentioned her before. She does a lot of like shop with me's or browse with me videos where she just goes in like, you know, retail stores, grocery stores, retail stores, whatnot, and looks at different items. And she actually had purchased this from, I think, a TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and talked about it. And so I was like, oh, let me go see if they have it. And they did, and it was marked down in my store, and they only have 1 jar, so I got this one. And this is by Pepper Creek Farms, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this. She did mention a couple of ideas for it, but I'll have to go back and watch her video. It does actually have on the side, and I didn't see this before. It says apple pie spice is great used with pie. So if you are a pie maker, maybe making an apple pie, you could toss some in. It says great used with pies, muffins, and cookies. It also complements pancakes and waffles by using 1/4 teaspoon per cup of butter. Oh, that might be good. So maybe I can use this and add this to my mix for a little apple flavor. So I will find something to do with this, and maybe you'll get a cook with me on what I use it for. So again, this is the apple pie spice, and it was on clearance for $3. I will go ahead and give you a spoiler alert and say that most of this stuff, like I said, are seasonings and spices, because you guys know I love to cook. And this is my time, like fall and winter, like my favorite times for doing that. All right, so I got a couple more seasonings here. This is by a brand called GeoFresh, and this is organic yellow ground mustard. And like I think I mentioned at some point that I cleaned out my spice rack, so I was going through and replacing like old spices and buying, you know, new fresh ones. I threw out everything that was expired. And so when I did my Trader Joe's spice haul, some of that was replenishing, as well as some of these others that I don't use all the time, but I like to have them because they are things that you do typically have in some recipes. So I like to keep them around. And this yellow mustard was one of them. So this was $3.99, just regular price. It is organic. Again, like I mentioned with spices, I'm not super picky about it being organic or not, but for $3.99 I'll take organic. And then next we have ginger, also just another replacement. This one was $2.99, and this is by Pepper Creek Farms, and I think this is the same one, the same brand as the apple pie spice. Yes, so that was that one. And again, just something to replenish my collection. This one's by GeoFresh. I haven't heard of them, but again, that's organic. The ginger is it's not organic, it's just regular, but they did have some other ones in organic, but like I said, I just got what I needed. I don't think they had the organic, the plain version for the mustard. That's why I just went with the organic. And again, me and my apple love of apples. This is actually an apple and cinnamon preserve, so similar to the jam, not quite, but I can use it for the things that I like. There was only one of these. This one is vegan, so it says. The brand is Aunt Berta. From Berta with Love. It's traditional preserves. They've been making them since 1963. It says no food coloring and no preservatives. You get 16.2 ounces, and this was $4.99. One thing I do love about like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and some of those places, World Market, you can tend to find some interesting goodies from different companies that you may not see in the traditional grocery store. And so it's nice to be able to try out little products like that from time to time. And also at a reasonable price. There was one other thing that I purchased from there, and I'll just insert a picture. And it was actually a gift for my cat. So for those who don't know, I don't actually have a cat that lives with me, but a few years ago when I lived with a roommate, we adopted 2 kittens. And when she bought her condo, she kept both cats, and that is just because, one, it's free for her because she owns her condo, so she doesn't have to pay pet rent. Plus, because the cats were raised together, from babies, kittens, whatever, they were just better off together, because of who separated them. Like, they were just so used to being together because they were years old. I mean, we had been roommates for years, and with the cats, so it was just better to keep them together instead of separating them. So I do still buy things for the cats, send them little things. So I purchased these catnip treats, and they were not treats but catnip play toys, and they were $4.99, and they were in the theme kind of like a Dia de Muertes theme, and so I thought they were really cute. So I purchased those, and I sent them to her, or actually I gave them to her because I saw her this weekend for when I was hanging out in DC, and I gave them to her to pass on to the kitties because they love catnip. So the toys are like little stuffed toys, and they have the catnip in them. So cats love catnip. If you have never experienced that with your cat, I highly suggest it for a good time. It's essentially kind of like weed for cats, but yeah, so the toys have that in there, so I'll insert a picture of those so you can just see what they are. They also have some Christmas themed ones, so I might go back and get them. Yes, we do get the cats like Christmas presents, so I may go back and get a set of the Christmas themed ones as well for later on. So they did have plenty of those in there, in the like pet aisle or whatever of TJ Maxx too. I think that is all that I purchased from TJ Maxx. That's all I'm seeing down in here. Yes, so just another brief haul. Like I said, it's mostly just little finds. Oh nope, that's not all I purchased. There was one other thing, and this is actually from Home Goods. Yes, from Home Goods, but we all know that TJ Maxx, Home Goods, all that is under the same umbrella, so I will go ahead and share that on here as well, because you may actually find them in TJ Maxx or Marshalls too. They do tend to carry the same thing. So what I found here was this hand soap, and yes, it is Christmas, and I know it's super early. Halloween hasn't even happened yet, but when I saw them, I snatched them up, because when it comes to black and brown items in like holiday stuff and all of these types of things, it tends to get snatched up really quick, because unfortunately it's not a commonplace thing. So I went ahead and got it before people start like actually looking for it and snatching it up, because again, it's not common that you find black Santas, black decor, and things with characters or people who are black or brown. So I went ahead and purchased 2 bottles of this. It's the same scent, cinnamon caramel swirl, of course. And it's a luxury hand soap, 24 ounces, and it was $3.99, and I got 2 bottles, so I paid $3.99 for each one. And again, it's just more so for the decor. You can see there are brown Santas on there, and it also has like polar bears, penguins, Christmas trees, all of the cute little things. I also love polar bears, if you guys have never heard me talk about that. That was my mascot in elementary school, and I don't know if that's the reason, but like I've always been very, very fond of like polar bears, and that's just like one of my favorite wild animals, along with tigers. So yeah, so I really like the little decor on here, and it is a pump there. it, from what I smell, because I did get a little hint of it, it doesn't really smell like cinnamon caramel to me. But maybe I just got a little bit just to test it out and get a whiff of it. It didn't really smell like that to me, but maybe if I actually use it in its regular amount, it might. It did have a scent, just not that just wasn't the scent, or at least it wasn't the cinnamon. I was expecting to get like a strong cinnamon scent. I didn't get that, but it was gentle on the hands, and it is a luxury hand soap, so it did leave my hands feeling good. And this particular company is Mia and Company. They also had a really cute one that I might also get that was holiday themed, but it was like animals, like pets. So I may go back and get that one too, because I thought it was really cute. And it says here that their hand soap is made with a refreshing scent that provides a nourishing and gentle cleanse with the benefits of coconut oil. So it does have coconut oil in it, which is moisturizing. Yeah, so that concludes my haul. And again, these items were found, the soap was found at Home Goods, but again, since it's under the same umbrella as TJ Maxx, I went ahead and just shared that. And sometimes you can find the same things in across the stores, so you may find it in a TJ Maxx near you. But that's all that I have for now. And again, let me know, what do you tend to shop at stores like TJ Maxx or Marshall's, Home Goods, any of those stores? Like, what do you tend to look for when you go in those stores? Or do you just go in like I do a lot of times and just say, let me just see what's in today? So tell me in the comments, like, what are things that you tend to search for in those stores? Or do you not like those stores? I will say that personally for me, Ross is probably my least favorite of those type of stores. Just because my experience with Ross is typically just too much stuff. It's almost too overwhelming. And depending on what area you're in and what day you go, sometimes it's really messy or just so packed with either people or stuff that it's just too overwhelming. Like, I just can't, it's like overstimulation. So tell me how you feel about stores like that, and if you shop there, like, what do you typically shop for? Because we know they carry everything or something from like every type of department or every type of category that you may be looking for. But again, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.